This week on Healthy Living, we look at the dangers of tobacco, which experts say is a cause for concern. Pulmonologist Dr. Dereje Sahle Ayo discusses the health effects of tobacco and steps to lower the risks. And scientists look into the environment as they aim to prevent the next pandemic. We'll see how. That's in this edition of Healthy Living. Hello and welcome to Healthy Living. I'm Linor Moudou. Get this, more than 1 billion people in the world smoke, and nearly 80% of them live in low and middle income countries, according to the World Health Organization. WHO says tobacco is the leading cause of preventable death in the world. The product is highly addictive. Studies show that smoking can cause cancer, coronary heart disease, and other chronic health conditions. Tobacco use can also make it harder for women to get pregnant and reduce fertility in men. Data show that in Africa, 1 in 5 adolescents now uses tobacco. An increasing number of girls use tobacco products, including chewing tobacco and snuff. World No Tobacco Day is observed around the world every year on May 31st to raise awareness about the dangers of using tobacco, among other things. Our correspondent, Andre Ndambi, in Kinshasa, talked to experts and young people about smoking.
Medical experts say tobacco use by young people can have some serious consequences on their health and well-being. It is a cause for concern in Kinshasa.
Cigarette is a product that destroys people's health. It is even written on the package that smoking causes harmful health effects. So as a young person, I do not smoke. And I advise other youth to stop smoking cigarettes because if you do, you will develop some diseases in the long run. There are ingredients in the cigarettes that we don't know that will destroy us and damage our lungs.
Quand nous prenons, donc ça va nous détruire et ça va aussi endommager nos poumons.
Celui-là, il est nuisible, ça détruit les organismes, surtout les organes.
This product is harmful. It destroys the body, especially the lungs, the respiratory system as we smoke. There is carbon dioxide in what we consume.
Dans ce que nous consommons là. Les constructeurs, le fabricant le sait très bien.
The maker of the product knows it well, but he is an investor who wants to make money. So he plans for it and pays tax to the state. The government must shut down this tobacco industry so we can stop smoking. It is difficult, but not impossible.
The Congolese Alliance for Tobacco Control, ACCT, is a civil society organization that draws attention to the dangers of cigarettes for the health of consumers. It is sounding the alarm on its marketing in the DRC. Doctors agree tobacco is bad for your health.
Smokers will have more health problems, such as issues with the heart and the arteries, respiratory and pulmonary problems like asthma and excessive cough.
L'asthme est tout excessif et il y a certains.
There is a theory that smokers often experience chronic bronchial obstruction.
Souvent un problème d'une obstruction de bronches et qui sont chroniques.
Experts say smoking can lead to social stigma, exclusion and peer pressure. It can also promote risky behaviors associated with tobacco use, such as alcohol and drug use. Advocacy groups like ACCT believe it is important to educate young Congolese about the dangers of tobacco and promote tobacco prevention programs. Grace Oyenubi for Andre Ndabi from Kinshasa.
What are your thoughts about tobacco use, and are you for or against cigarette smoking in public places, and why? Here are some reactions from Nigeria.
I am against tobacco generally, whether public or private. because of negative health impact.
I'm against it. I don't even people that are smoking used to irritate me. They say second-hand smoking are even worse than the real smokers. So I hate it when people smoke in the public.
I am 100% against it. Against public smoking of any kind of substance. When you smoke it, you sniff in, that substance you smoke out is being inhaled by people around you. It's also dangerous to the health of people around you.
Tobacco smoking in public is very, very bad. It's very, very bad.
You know, the people that even produce tobacco said it there that they are liable to die young if you take it. Of course, I've heard medical doctors say that it's something that will kill someone. Some people will smoke till they are old, yet they are alive. But I bet you, what is not good is not good.
Tobacco use is not advisable at whatever age because it damages the lungs. It has many effects on the body, not only the lungs, but heart and other areas, even your kidney, your liver. It damages all those organs.
And it's so addictive. When you are addicted to it, you hardly stopped it. It affects your lungs and it damages your reputation.
It is written on the pack that smokers are liable to die young. So from that perspective, you know that it's not good for one's health. Those that smoke, you see the liver pure black, as if they pass through fire, naked fire or smoke.
I grew up to understand or to see my father smoking tobacco, and what killed him was infection of the lungs. When the doctor was describing how the lungs look, he said the lung is supposed to be white or sparkling this way, but his lungs has turned to maybe the color of this microphone, completely black. That's the opposite, like charcoal. Yeah, so that's what it does to people. It kills gradually. It affects the liver. It affects every organ inside of you, not only the lungs. And that's why these children need to understand it from now.
Dr. Dereje Sahle Ayo is a pulmonologist in Fort Worth, Texas, and is affiliated with multiple hospitals in the area, including Baylor Scott and White, All Saints Medical Center, Fort Worth, and Medical City Fort Worth hospitals. He shared his expertise with Eden Geremu on World Tobacco Day.
About 1.3 billion, it's with a B, billion people smoke tobacco. And out of that, 8 million people die. Unfortunately, 1.2 million out of that is because of secondhand smoking. Over 7 million die from direct smoking related diseases. Tobacco smoking affects primarily lungs of the patient and also cardiovascular diseases and peripheral vascular diseases. And if you look at the data, lung cancer kills more people than combined, like breast cancer, prostate cancer, and colon cancer combined. So lung cancer is the #1 cancer killer, basically. It also affects heart disease, coronary artery disease, meaning it affects heart, like heart attack. It can cause peripheral vascular disease where the blood vessel circulation will be affected to the legs and the limbs, and people sometimes get amputations of their legs. So pretty much it's #1 cancer-related cause of death. And this is almost an epidemic to the young people who literally use hookahs and other shisha and what they call heated tobacco products are equally or more dangerous than smoking cigarettes. If you sit down in a hookah and smoke shisha for 1 hour, it's equivalent to smoking 10 cigarettes. So if somebody sits for 2 hours, whether they directly smoke or it's a second hand, just enjoying with friends, sitting there and inhaling the smoke, they are pretty much smoke 1 pack cigarette in 2 hours. So it's very dangerous, and it's highly related to lung cancer, COPD, chronic pulmonary diseases, chronic bronchitis, and long-term causes cancer. And the tips to stop smoking is basically awareness creation among the population. Once people know the danger of smoking, including cancer, heart diseases, and peripheral vascular diseases, most people are interested to quit, but only 4% of those people can quit by themselves without any support. So they need support. They need professional support. They need social support. So professional support, there are some prescription medications like Chantix or Zyban that we do practice and prescribe for patients that immensely helps people. And also they need a social support. Their family, their friends, their co-workers have a huge role to support them. And we also educate patients. Some of my patients actually, they say, oh, I don't want to stop because I don't want to gain weight when I stop smoking. That's a big challenge for some people. So you have to design some strategy like, starting exercise, jogging, and taking a low carb diet and snacks like carrots or, other fruits, fresh fruits. Sometimes patients, after they quit smoking, they become more irritable. So their immediate family members should be more gracious to them. They need to support them, understand their situation, rather than making the problem worse.
Scientists see Brazil as a likely cradle of a future pandemic. Meanwhile, in Ghana, there is concern of an animal-to-human transmission of pathogen as some communities come in contact with bats.
Scientists say the world's next pandemic could start from a cave like this one. The Planaltina cave in Brazil is home to thousands of bats. Some of the world's most devastating viruses have emerged from bats. Scientists are studying how and why in hopes of preventing future pandemics like COVID-19.
If you don't do this now, there may be other outbreaks in the future and end up in the situation we are in today of not knowing where this outbreak comes from, where SARS-CoV-2 comes from.
Brazil has more land than any other country where conditions are ripe for a virus to spill over from bats to humans, areas termed jump zones by Reuters. And Brazilian jump zones have grown more than 40% over the past 2 decades. Driving the risk is rapid deforestation of the Amazon region. Scientists say deforestation causes stress in bats, and they carry more viruses and shed more germs in their saliva, urine, and feces. Meanwhile, in Ghana, farmer Boma Sonka treads carefully while walking through the woods. Beneath him, Ashanti plums lay scattered on the ground, many scarred with bite marks from bats. Residents at times feed the bats leftovers to livestock and sometimes eat them themselves. Last year, Sonka's friend, Mahama Fatih, died of a mysterious illness.
They said blood had been coming from his ears, face, teeth, and nose. His body started swelling up immediately after he died. When I went to see him, I couldn't recognize him because his body had turned dark, black like your camera.
As at now, I can say most of the zoonotic diseases are coming from wildlife. And bat is one of the key species that shed parasoonosis.
Scientists have yet to determine the source of the virus that caused COVID-19, the deadliest pandemic of the century. But of this, they are certain. Its origin lies in a family of viruses found in horseshoe bats, a type common in tropical Asia. Other bat viruses have also been linked to some of the deadliest diseases of the last half-century, like Ebola, Nipah, and SARS.
That's our show for today. For more health news, wellness tips, and medical breakthroughs, stay connected to Voice of America at voaafrica.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Linor Moudou. Until next time, stay well and strive to make every day a healthy day.